Ondes Martenot.
Ondes Martenot.
Yes.
And invented in 1928.
Exactly,
roughly.
yes. The first concert was given in 1928. So basically, the idea basically stayed the same. It was the same. At the very beginning, you had a device that looked like this one, which is called the ring, and it makes the glissandi. This was the first thing that you could hear. It was not exactly like this. It took very different, but the idea was there. Coming from an idea of a radio telegraphist who is looking for the frequency in which he would send the message.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, you choose the frequency and send your message.
Fantastic.
So it was the first device. Then, something like, I think 2 or 3 years later, he came with a keyboard. But the keyboard now allows you to make definite pitches. And this was a real improvement because it gave the possibility of some virtuosity, of sort to play scales and arpeggios and things like that.
Now, is this somehow related to the theremin?
Well, basically, the idea is the same, except that with the theremin, you touch nothing. You have 2 antennas,
Mm-hmm.
one for the volume and one for the pitch. Here, you have the pitch here as this keyboard or this ring, and for the volume, you have this device here that you press down. The more you press it down, the more it gives sound. But if you are almost very close to silence.
I noticed in some of the places in the Messiaen where the beginnings of the notes, the attacks are quite varied. And how do you control the difference?
From here, because this can be used slower or faster. If I do it, it's something like more lourd. Now I can make it more immediate. It could even be, but not in Messiaen. It could even be this.
Wow.
Almost percussion.
Yeah, very much like.
So
There was also what I would consider a stop on an organ. The sound of very, very reedy, low bass notes.
Mm-hmm.
How do you change the sounds on this
I have the possibility of changing the timbres. What you are referring to is probably this timbre here, which is tutti, but tutti including nasia and
okay.
nasi. So I'm doing this at a certain moment. Yes,
That's the one.
You hear more timbres like this one. Sometimes it is more aggressive. This way to have a dance feeling. The feeling is very natural. The idea.
I also noticed that the keyboard is responsive to your motion for vibrato.
Exactly, yes, this is one point. I must say that Maurice Martenot was a cellist before he went to this. And he wanted to have the vibrato of the cello, by the way.
do that again where I can have a reference to the side that's steady. There you go. It's definitely the most alive-sounding electronic instrument I've ever heard. You know, the Ondes Martenot has a very human quality to it. It's really incredible.
That's why I am there.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I wouldn't be.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate all the
It's a great
time.